Hello and welcome. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today is another grocery discovery. And yes, I'm back at Tom Leonard's. It is one of my favorite places to shop. If you haven't been to Tom Leonard's, you might want to come check it out. Just a fun experience overall, and a real quick trip. It's not a great big store, but just has everything you need, and then you're done. And so that's really good. But before we go inside and get started on this vegetable that I want you to try, if you haven't already, I want you to add it into your diet. We're going to go inside and do that. But before I do, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because you know what? I'm here to share with you God's recipe for excellent health. And when you subscribe and hit the notifications, you get notified every time we post new videos. And between the grocery store videos and the Q&A videos, those are our most popular. So I am here to teach you how to be healthy, and that is my goal. So be sure and share this with your friends and your family, and also hit the like button. So let's go inside and check out this vegetable, and I want to know how many of you eat this very often. This is more of those unusual ones. So let's go inside where it's nice and warm. And there we have it. We are going to talk about fennel. How many of you are getting fennel in your diet every day? Today I'm going to share with you the nutritional benefit of fennel and why you do not want to leave this out of your diet or the diet of those you love. We're also going to talk about how can you add this in. So I'm going to share with you how to make a tea, a salad, and who knows what else. I don't want this culinary, flavorful herb vegetable to intimidate you. So I'm going to share with you how to trim it, how to cut it, how to add it into your dishes tonight. Because once I share with you the nutrition, you're going to want to add it right away. So let's get started on the nutritional benefit. Now remember, these are the fronds, these are the stalks, and this is the bulb. What we're missing here is the flowers and the seeds, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. In this fennel, you need to realize the grocery list of nutrition is almost unlimited. So all of your key vitamins, all of your key nutrients are going to be in this fennel. So you're going to have vitamin C, which is good for collagen and beauty. You're going to have calcium, magnesium, you're going to have potassium, you're going to have iron. So if you are a young person and you're like, I just get too tired, you need more iron. If you are a woman who is in childbearing years, you need more iron. But many people don't realize senior citizens need more iron as well. So yes, adding in the vegetables that God created is going to create that iron increase that you need. Now here's another nutrient. We've talked about it in the past, but I want to re-emphasize it, and it's manganese. It's one of those words, it's like, oh yeah, it has manganese. Like, who says that? No one says that. I want to teach you what is the value of manganese. So here are the top 3 reasons why you need manganese in your diet. It is good for metabolism. Now we're here in January and people are trying to eat better because they messed up in December, and they're like, oh, I wish I had something to speed up my metabolism. Well, hello, it's going to be vegetables, because the manganese in vegetables improves your metabolism. Number 2 is enzymes. I talk about your microbiome all the time, how we need enzymes, and sometimes I suggest taking an enzyme tablet. Well, let's just add some more of God's vegetables and you will get the enzymes you need. Enzymes interact with almost every process in your body. It's not just about breaking down foods, it's other interactions that they do. And then 3rd is blood sugar stability. So many people are pre-diabetic or type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes. Hey, let's just throw in some fennel and we won't have to worry about those 3 issues. Now let's talk about antioxidants. Now if you've been in my Treasures of Healthy Living Bible study class, you've learned about antioxidants, you've learned about free radicals. Those words are not foreign to you. If you're not familiar with it, please check that out. We've got a DVD series and a CD series to teach you all about antioxidants. So antioxidants are so important for chronic illnesses, to prevent and decrease chronic illnesses. So this would include heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and neurological issues and mental issues. Now, okay, that pretty much covers every single thing you might have a concern about. So why don't we just add some more of these in our diet? What we're going to do now is head to my kitchen and show you how to prepare these fennel plants, how to add them into a salad, how to make your own fennel tea, because it's been proven that the fennel tea helps to reduce your appetite. So if you're like, wow, I'm trying to eat healthy, but I'm so hungry, let's talk about making a fennel tea. So here we have our fennel bulb, our stalks, and our fronds. As I talked about earlier, these fronds make just a perfect decoration for your salads. You could top a soup with it to make it look like you're just a culinary chef. And also throwing them in your soups, in your smoothies. I wouldn't put too many because it does have a strong flavor, but it would definitely be a good option. Let me just put my spices out of reach. And go ahead and cut off the end. Now we can see some of these pieces are not as good as what we want, so let's go ahead and get rid of the stalks. The stalks are a little bit thick, a little bit hard to chew, so we don't really need those. Pull that off, and that looks pretty good there. So now let's go ahead and slice it down the middle. And you see we have a little bit of a core there, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that core out. Now what I could do is roast these in the oven, similar to what you do for your sweet potato fries, your broccoli, your cauliflower. And I'll show you how to do that as well. Get rid of that core. Okay, remove that. All right, so here we have our two halves. Now if I wanted to go ahead and make this into a salad, I'm just gonna make slivers. If I wanted to roast them in the oven, I would just do it just like this. I would do it in quarters. To add these into a salad, I could do it a couple different ways. I could just make small slivers this way, or I could do it, so I could do it vertically, or I could do it horizontally. Boy, you should smell this. It smells so good. Notice the lab experiments that man makes, they always have to create an aroma because their foods do not have aromas naturally. And yet God's foods have such a variety of aroma, essential oils, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and we don't have to create them. They're already there in the food. Go ahead and put those on our salad plate. We're gonna make a delicious salad with these. So like I said, we could just top these with a little bit of olive oil and some seasoning and roast them in the oven. They would make a delicious snack. You could even cut them up a little bit smaller there, and roast them like that. So you could have those for dinner tonight. And just really one bulb would be plenty for your family. It does have a strong flavor, but it's a good flavor. And I want you to get used to experiencing new flavors and good flavors. So these would work really well in just being roasted. Now if I want to go ahead and just trim them off a little bit more and throw them in my salad with the longer strips, I could do that. There we go. Trim those a little bit. I just want to thank all of you for watching, because you're helping us understand more about what you want and what answers you're looking for with your health. And plus, I am getting to expose you to probably some new foods. And these are not really new foods. These are very common foods. But you know, sometimes we get so much in a routine that we don't expand our flavors and our taste. And so this is going to really waken up your flavors, waken up your taste buds, I should say. Ahead and finished up the salad. I used a Granny Smith apple, and I used one of my handy peelers to make the small thin slices. So here we have the fennel, we have the Granny Smith apple, we have some cranberries. I also thought about adding on some dehydrated blueberries, because we eat a lot of dehydrated cranberries, so blueberries would be a different flavor. And then topped it off with some walnuts, and I tell you, this is delicious. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if that's going to taste good, go ahead and take a sliver of the apple, and with just a piece of the fennel, you know, just kind of make yourself a little sandwich there and taste that, and then maybe put a cranberry in the middle. Taste that for yourself, see how you like it, and then you'll know how much you're going to enjoy the salad. This is delicious. Now let's go ahead and make some fennel tea. I have 2 containers here of seed. This is the fennel that I've grown, and we're going to talk about that. And this is the fennel that I've bought. So we're going to go ahead and take some of the seeds, and we're just going to go ahead and crush them, and then we're going to make a quick tea. little bit of a flavor of flaxseed on them. There we go. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. So now I have a couple different options. These are some of my fun tea options. I can use any of these, and that one's even fun too. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the heart just because it's so pretty. Isn't that cool? So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up with the seeds. And you can see right there, that's exactly what I need. We'll put this aside. Got my teacup. I'm just gonna set that in like that. And I'm gonna pour my boiling water on top. Don't really need a lot. And I'm just gonna let that steep for 2 minutes. Okay, let's check our tea. It's not a strong tea, but you can just see how the color is kind of a light green. And this is just so healthy for your digestive system. For some people, it helps to decrease their appetite, so they might drink it before a meal. And for women who are breastfeeding, it can sometimes help with the milk production. And just need to be careful with that and talk with your nurse practitioner or your midwife and see what they recommend, because some infants do not tolerate it well, but just check that out with your nurse practitioner. So there's our tea. We have our salad. Now, I have one more bonus I really want to share with you. And so I have out my seed catalog, getting ready for the new year. This is one of the catalogs that came in the mail. I'm so excited. January is the month I plan my garden. And so I wanted to share with you, growing your own fennel. Let me set this aside because I want to show you something. It is just an amazing plant to grow, but I want to share with you why I love it so much. Because if you have children or grandchildren, you're going to have black swallowtail butterflies on your fennel plant. So this is how they're going to look. And then, yeah, so you're going to see these. And then this is the dried fennel plant. This is where all your seeds are going to come from. And this is when it's growing. This is just such a fun plant to grow. You only need 1 or 2. And there we have our black swallowtail once again. So this is just a really fun plant to grow. It's really tasty to enjoy. And so here we have a salad, we have our tea. I actually put some of the fronds in some ice cold water to kind of liven them up when I add them into a decoration. That way they will look even better. And then this is actually another one of my tea strainers. So I put some tea particles in there, close it up like that, and it will actually float. Isn't that cool? Then when I'm not using it, I can take it out of my teacup and just let it sit in its own container. That is so cool. We were selling those at our conferences when we were doing conferences in churches around the country, and it was just such a hot item because they're so cool. Anyway, so we got our tea, we've got our fronds for decoration and for soups and casseroles, we've got our salad. So just a couple different ways that you can enjoy fennel today and start getting the health benefits. I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, which one of these recipes is the one you're going to try today? Which of the nutritional benefits really struck out at you today? Like, oh, I've got to get some fennel for that one reason. I would love to read your comments down below. Be sure and tag this on Facebook and like our page, or in YouTube, be sure and comment there as well. So hey, I'm Annette Reeder, the Biblical Nutritionist. It is always my joy to share with you God's recipe for excellent health. And until next time, keep eating your fennel.